animated movie, and now Shrek is coming to life on stage in Shrek the Musical, starting November 9th at the Civic Center Music Hall. Now, joining me today are the stars of the show, Eric Peterson, who plays Shrek, and Haven Burton, who plays Fiona. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
How much fun! This is great. Now, I wish you were in your costumes, but I understand.
Know, right? It's quite a process to get into those. So yeah.
I bet. Now, first of all,
especially for him.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
How intimidating is it to play these characters? These are well-loved characters.
I mean, it is a little bit intimidating at first, but fortunately, DreamWorks has really encouraged us to make these characters our own. So as much as you kind of pay respects to the characters and to the actors that voiced the characters in the movies, we've been able to, with the material of the show, make them our own. And everyone's kind of given us the liberty to do that. It's been great.
I think that, like, you know, because we get that question a lot, you know, like, oh, what's it like compared to Mike Myers and stuff like that. And I always think of it more as, you know, I'm like, well, he's an international super mega movie star. But what I think that he did so great in the movies was he really became the character of Shrek, you know, and which is all I can do as well. So I try to think of it as a positive, and he's just adding more to that character, and I'm bringing something more to that character so that, you know, audiences know and love Shrek can just learn more about
Very
it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Can't mess it up too much either, because the minute the kids see the costumes and the music, they automatically recognize you with that character. You know, you just are honest, then everybody kind of goes around. Yeah.
I bet. So now you're playing an org, Eric. How hot is the costume and wearing that mask?
It's very involved. I go through an hour and 45 minutes of makeup before every show, and that's just for the head up, for the makeup and the prosthetics and stuff. And then I wear
It's incredible makeup.
Yeah, I wear a 45-pound fat suit underneath the costume. I get boots that give me like 3 inches of lift. I got big, you know, ogre hands and stuff like that. So it's very involved, but yeah, I think it's worth it, because when you step out on the stage, you know, the kids just go crazy. I mean, I've lost like 35 pounds since we've started.
35?
Yeah,
It's just so
just
hot.
from sweating,
I bet.
you know, because it's so hot in the show. But
Man, people are going to want that diet.
it's the Shrek diet. I'm telling you, it's not that hard. You know, you eat whatever you want, and you just wear 50 pounds of costuming
for a couple hours
a day.
I love it. Now, you guys have both been in Broadway and in different shows. Tell me how different this musical is from your other shows that you've been in.
This is the first, I would say, this is the first musical that I've done that's really kind of directed towards children, as far as a much younger demographic. I did Legally Blonde and Rent on Broadway, and so although Legally Blonde was another movie musical, and it was also directed towards families, I think that Shrek is directed towards younger children, but it also has kind of ironic sense of humor to it that adults really appeal to as well. So I think that as far as being different, what the similarities are that the 3 shows that I've had the pleasure of doing all have a really great message to take home.
Very nice.
And it's always nice to have a job, but it's nice. It's even nicer when you get to send people home with something that they can kind of apply to their lives.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet. Now, what about you? Is it quite a bit different from? And I think you've even done soap operas and things like that.
I've done a few. I was on As the World Turns for like 2 episodes. It was not that. I mean, I played a bad Santa Claus. It's very funny. But no, I mean, this is definitely something very different, just because of the makeup and the costume is so involved that. You know, I've never done anything like that. I've played a lot of weird offbeat characters throughout my career, but this is definitely the most involved when it comes technically speaking, you know.
Yeah, and that kind of leads me into my next question. What can audiences expect from this show, from the set to the costumes to the lighting?
I think what's great about it is that you really, and I know I've said this before, I know it sounds a little cheesy, but you really get your money's worth when you come to see Shrek the Musical, because I know that ticket prices are expensive and the economy is what it is, and everybody's, you know, struggling to get by, and it's hard to come to the theater. But if you can, I promise you that you will see your money definitely worth it. You know, the sets are amazing. The costumes are Tony Award winning costumes.
Wow.
You'll see the music is all new and it's big, and it's a big Broadway show that you will see, and you will really feel like you've seen something spectacular.
Very cool.
When you come to see
and
it.
that's what's wonderful is that you can see Broadway right here in Oklahoma
Yeah.
City. Obviously something that you all are enjoying, a big tour.
Yeah.
How long of a tour?
I think that right now they've released dates for at least about a year and a half. It probably will go past that, I would
Wow.
Yeah,
imagine.
I've heard rumor that they've booked for like 2 years.
Yeah. So we're on our 6th city right now.
Oh, wow.
And I think we hit 25 cities in the first year alone. So, yeah.
How fun.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And like we were talking about before, we went on camera. Your families are able to come with you and be with you, so that makes it
Yeah.
perfect.
That's the
Yeah,
ideal
it's great.
situation.
That's
Yeah.
great. Well, nice to meet you guys. Now, Shrek the Musical will be at the Civic Center Music Hall November 9th through the 14th. Go to celebrityattractions.com for more information.